Hey everybody, what a game. Montreal staves off elimination and game 6 is coming. So Montreal beats Philadelphia 5-3. What a game. Unlikely. I didn't think they were going to win, honestly. I was holding out a little hope. I didn't want to get excited about it, but a very well played game, well coached by Montreal, and Philadelphia just wasn't able to solve their game, I guess. So to me, this is a very critical game 5 victory. Montreal was losing 3-1. Usually, when you're down that many games, it doesn't look like you're going to come back. Game 5 to me is very crucial because usually they're tied up 2-2. The winner of the game 5 has the upper hand. In this case, it's not really that way, but at least Montreal's got another chance, and who knows what could happen in the next two games. They will need to win the next two games. That's the advantage Philadelphia has. They only need to win one of those, obviously, and yeah, makes a little bit more pressure on Montreal. So let's get into right away what happened in the game. So first period, now I live streamed during the first period, so I'm not able to take notes, and I don't see a lot of the game that way, honestly. So, but what happened? I'll give you the just the scoring. And for the other periods, as you see, I didn't put a lot of detail, but I have detail in my notes, and we'll go over that. So first period, early on there was a penalty by Sherrod at 1:28 for goalie interference, and it didn't take too long. Well, it took about a minute and a half into the penalty. Armia actually scores a shorthanded goal. So Armia's second goal from Willette and Coulette shorthanded, and that's important because in this playoffs, I think, in the whole playoffs, if Montreal doesn't score the first goal, they don't win. When they score the first goal, they win. And in this case, what happened? Scored the first goal. What happened? They won. So it seems to be very important. So hopefully on Friday's game that Montreal will get the first goal. So shots on goal, 10 for Montreal, 12 for Philadelphia, 0 for 2 on the play in the power play playoffs. 0 for 2 on the power play for both teams. Second period, at 1:45, again, very early into the period, KK, he boards Sanheim right into the glass. He gets cut. Let me see now, I got notes. So he nails Sanheim with a boarding call, major penalty, game misconduct. So KK's out because he left his feet when he hit him. He went into the boards with him and he went up in the air. You can't do that. That is a penalty for sure. And in this case, major penalty means 5 minutes. Doesn't matter if they scored 10 goals in that 5 minutes. Guy sits in the penalty box. This is a huge blow to Montreal. And I'll tell you the truth, at that point, I figure, okay, this is it. Because Philadelphia's probably going to score at least a goal, tie it up, and who knows where it goes from there. It turns the momentum from Montreal to Philadelphia. And it's not exactly what happened. Well, it kind of is what happened, but it's not exactly what happened. So Couturier misses on an open net on the power play, so they could have had three. They got 2 goals on this power play. They could have had 3 right there, but that would have been the first one. So 2:35 power play goal. It's 1-1. Giroux, a cross ice pass over to Voracek at the top of the right circle, and Voracek with a one-timer, and it gets through. Voracek's third goal from Giroux and Provorov. Giroux hasn't had a goal, but he's had plenty. I think he's got like 3 assists in this game. Major penalty, like I said, so power play is still on. Willette knocks someone into Price. He literally knocks him into Price like he bowls him over. Hits the guy hits Price, and Price out of his back. So kind of like a pinball. I think that's what the announcer said. And but then Willette has to make the save because he pushes Price kind of out of action to the side, and Willette makes the save. And then there's a huge scrum in front of Price right after that. Flyers pushing hard for a second goal on the power play. I think from this point on, there's just scrums everywhere. 6:37, so that's right near the end of this 5-minute major. 2-1 power play goal. Guess who gets it? Voracek. Voracek gets another. He banks a shot off Sherrod's skate. That's exactly what happens. He throws a pass towards the net and it banks off Sherrod's skate. And that's from his 4th goal from Giroux and Couturier. Right after that, sometime after that, Armia, I didn't write the times on this. Armia hits the crossbar, so that was really close. And then Flyers are all over Montreal's crease, and it's kind of, it's kind of like back and forth like that. So one side, scrum in front of the crease, boom, to the other side, scrum in front of the crease, back to the other side, scrum in front of the crease, or just a chance back to the other side. I don't really even think at any point after this, any team really had much of a lot of sustained pressure, maybe a couple of times, but otherwise it was kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's a chance, there a chance. Really exciting hockey, just really enjoyable hockey. Okay, not done for the second period. At 10:12, at 10:12. So these are, at 10:12, Armia makes it 2-2, and that's his third goal, his second of the game. So that's Armia with 2, Voracek with 2. He gets that from Kulak. Shot from from low on the right half wall, and it goes in. So Armia is low on the right half wall. Kind of a bad angle shot, sort of. Not horrible angle, but and it makes it through. And you figure, okay, Hart's looking to be shaky right now. Hopefully Canadiens can capitalize on that. 10:53, Myers cross-checks Evans in the face and draws blood. So another draw blood penalty, double minor this time. So this time, score a goal, guy comes out, but you got two opportunities. Let me see where I am here. So at 11:30, so that is 37 seconds later, is a power play goal, 3-2. Guess who gets it? The guy that really needed it a lot. Gallagher gets it. He knocks a puck out of the air right at the crease. So he's right almost in the crease, and puck comes in, sort of bounces up somehow. I don't remember how, and he swipes at it, and he puts it over. I think he puts it like over Hart's shoulder. That's Gallagher, his first goal of the playoffs. Yes, his first goal of the playoffs. Suzuki and Drouin with the assists. Drouin knocks a puck down at the right point to keep it in. Now, I wrote that down because that was really good. The puck was going out. It was in midair. He raced into the corner and he knocked it down about a foot or two from the blue line. Saved that, came in. Now, there wasn't a goal there, but it was a good goal score, a good scoring chance came out of that, not directly off of Drouin, but because he did that, it allowed. So that's just to point out that Drouin on the defensive side was doing well, and in this game too, he had a couple of assists and had a good night. So I wrote here, wow, what a difference in the chippiness. It's getting very chippy, very chippy. Like I said, all these scrums around. It's a scrum in that there's a traffic in front of the net and pucks bouncing around, which turns into a lot of pushing and shoving almost every time. So it's getting very chippy. The elevated play on both ends. Boring hockey went out the window because you can kind of say first period was a bit boring. Nothing too exciting. Although I wasn't watching completely, but I was watching a little bit, and it didn't seem overly exciting. And then any boring hockey from the last two games as well, out the window. The second period was really like a barn burner. Suzuki races up the right side. He gets the puck on a pass in the middle of the ice, center ice, neutral zone. And he races up the right side, fires a shot, and beats Hart under the arm. Hart's going to get pulled for that because he's looking shaky. But guess what? They challenge it on the offside because I guess the video guy calls down and said, hey, that's not a goal. And it clearly wasn't a goal. Drouin was offside by a good foot or two. It was, if you look at, if you were watching it, you could see they showed how badly offside he was. So he was clearly offside. That's not really his fault. He was just, you can't blame him on that. And he really makes up for it and all the other stuff he did in the game. So like I said, challenged. Drouin was off by a mile. Second period, like I just said, was a real barn burner. Sandheim rings one off the post. That makes an, I guess Price, I wrote V. Price makes another quick save. So that ends the period. That was a wild ride. That's what I wrote there. Shots on goal. Did I put shots on goal there? I didn't. Isn't that funny? I didn't put shots on goal, but I have them here. Second period. Somewhere here. 11 for Montreal, 7 for Philadelphia. Montreal was 1 for 2 on the power play, and Philadelphia was, it's weird to say 2 for 1, But it was one power play. They got 2 goals. I guess that's 2, though. I don't know how they count it because they ended up with 7 power plays, Philadelphia. So I don't know how. I guess they count that as 2. Okay, third period rolls around. 10:23. Well, let's see if I got anything up before that. There's a lot of, I wrote here, a lot of rubber going Hart's way. This is something that they figured out. It's weird. They were going to pull Hart. He was going to pull him, but because of the offside, the score was only 3-2 instead of 4-2, and they put him back in the net. Does that make Hart any better than the reason you were going to pull him? It doesn't change it. So Montreal figured, listen, let's just throw everything everything including the kitchen sink at him, and that's what they do in the third period. They just start firing from everywhere, shot, and they were really close in shots at that point, and that's where Montreal and the shot total went up higher, was because of all these shots they threw at them. There's a Weber shot. Tatar almost redirects it. Lots of traffic in front. They're getting lots of traffic. Remember in my preview, if you watched it, I said they got to win the middle, get guys in front of the net, get into the center of the ice, and they did that. Habs are gaining the middle. Habs are gaining the middle and center of the ice. Flyers are too. They're both doing that, and it's causing a lot of traffic and these scrums. And the chippiness isn't helping. So we get a lot of traffic in front of both nets. Nobody's really winning the middle, but it's back and forth, good action, lots of chances. So what I mean by that, nobody's really winning the middle, because they're both winning the middle. On either end, Philadelphia's getting in front of the net, getting the shots, getting in the middle to get the shots. So there's dangerous shots, lots of chances. Very exciting game. Where are we? 10:23. Hayes on a breakaway. He's tripped by Petrie. Figured that would be a penalty shot. No penalty shot. So Petrie goes off for tripping at 10:37. So 14 seconds later, Farabee ties it up with a power play goal. He tips in a Voracek pass to the slot, and Farabee his third goal from Voracek and Couturier. I believe Voracek was on the right circle, and he threw a pass into the slot, and Farabee tipped it right past Price. So tied up, and then takes the wind out of our sails, and for that I went, no, they're going to lose. But 12 seconds later, Suzuki, barely enough time to write this, and Nick Suzuki gets a really nice pass from behind the net by Drouin. So this is another one. Drouin's behind the net, and he's not facing Suzuki, so it's back to him, and he just throws the pass out. So it's a blind pass right on Suzuki's stick. And so what Suzuki does, instead of one-timing or shooting, he's patient with it, and he dekes. I think there's a defender there too, but he dekes Hart. I think Hart goes down to try to poke check him or something. I don't know what he was, but he was down on the ice. And Suzuki just holds on to it, goes around, has an open net, and he scores really easily. So that's Suzuki's second of the playoffs from Drouin. That's Drouin's second, I believe. So it's all up here. I think that's his second assist. And he made a couple of really good defensive plays. Drouin actually had a really good game. At 14:37, Voracek trips Gallagher. Gallagher gets a stick in the face, drawing blood, but no call. This is behind the net. I don't know if the ref might not have seen it because it's kind of in the corner behind the net, but he loses a couple of teeth there, I think. And it takes them a few minutes to fix him up before he can come back on the ice. I wrote here, effing refs. It's Chris Lee again, by the way. Hart pulled with 1:20 left. Flyers push really hard for the goal. They really do. Puck battles everywhere. Scrums, puck battles. I know it's only 1:20 left, but they're really pushing hard. And Deneau gets the puck at 19:42, and he fires it into the empty net. So that's Deneau's first, also from Lehkonen, and it's 5-3. And with 17 seconds, now everyone knows I do this I'm going too long. Guess the score contest. Well, Morgan Burton has Armia with the first goal. That's the first goal, and he's got it 5-4 Montreal. Somebody almost won the damn puck. Nobody's won it yet. It's a very hard contest to win, but Morgan Burton's come as close as anybody yet. So if you're still watching, congratulations, Morgan, on that. Really damn close. So there's a big pile up at the blue line. Everybody involved, Lekkinen and Couturier started just before the whistle blows. Whistle blows to end the game, and then another scrum in the corner. So it's a really chippy. I wonder what Game 6 is going to be like, but probably won't be that chippy in Game 6. Usually that's what happens. Or it's going to be worse. Habs win 5-3 to extend the series to a 6th game. It's Friday, not at 8 o'clock, but at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So remember that. I'll be on the air at 6:15. And stats, 33 shots for Montreal, 29 for Philadelphia, only 40% in the faceoff circle to 60 for Philadelphia, 1 for 6 on the power play, 3 for 7. They out-hit Philadelphia again, 39-28. They got to keep that up. My 3 stars. Gallagher, a 3rd star, had a goal. He was just in the action, center of all the chippiness. He took a lot of hits. He took a lot of abuse. Yeah, he deserves it. Number 2, Nick Suzuki, almost 2 goals, 1 assist, and he was just great all night. And the 1st star, Joel Armia, with his 2 goals, really good play, and on the 4th line, remember that, he's on the 4th line. And there you go. That's my review. Give a thumbs up if you like it, please. And while you're down there, give me any comments you may have about this game, about my stars of the game, anything you want in the comment section down there. And if you're new to the channel or you haven't already subscribe, please subscribe, ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next game. See you next live stream. And stay safe out there. Peace out. Good night, y'all, or good day, or whenever you're watching it. Bye-bye, y'all.